Hey fellow backyard boyers, Nick here. Today I wanted to do a quick review of this quiver. This was made by Tommy Hard, a fellow PVC boyer and member of the PVC archery community on Google+. If you're not familiar with his work, Tommy specializes in reinforced handle center shot PVC bows, and he does an amazing job with those. He's also been making quivers, and this is one of the main style of quivers he makes. It's a really nice quiver. It's one of my favorite styles of quiver. He uses leather, and I'm sure he'd use other things if you asked him if you wanted something custom made. This was made from recycled leather. Overall has a really nice look to it. One of the things I like about this quiver is it has no internal support. On one hand, that could be a little frustrating if you're trying to get arrows in, but generally this means that if I'm wearing this, it's very unobtrusive. It's not sticking out. It kind of hugs your body. So when it's empty, it's not going to get in the way. Another cool thing about this too is it makes it great for takedown kits, or if you need to travel, you can fold this up. It's not going to ruin the quiver at all. And if you wanted to make it rigid, all you would need to do is either keep a couple arrows in here, or you could probably attach a dowel to the center just for added rigidity. But it's a really nice quiver. It's made as a side draw quiver, which means that opposed to drawing the arrows over your back or out the front like a hip quiver or out under your arm like a side quiver, you actually draw them by grabbing onto an arrow a little bit back from the tip, drawing it up and out. That way you can draw your arrow without a lot of movement. And also if you're in close quarters with a lot of people, you're not using a lot of large motions to get your arrows out. It's very small, very controlled, and pretty much your arrow's ready to go right from there. So we'll talk about the overall construction of the quiver real quick. He makes them in a right hand and left hand version, so you'll need to figure out if you want it on this side. If it rests on this side, it's a right-handed quiver. If it rests on the other side, it's a left-handed quiver, so that you can reach and grab the arrow with that hand. It's really neat how he puts this all together. He uses a simple belt. These range from cloth or canvas belts to leather belts. The way it's designed is it makes adjustment really easy. It has a little snap closure at the bottom. So if you wanted to change this out or remove the strap, it's fairly easy to do. All the hardware is very solid. Overall, it's a really nicely constructed quiver. It's really lightweight. It's something that I would take with me to places. This has been my everyday quiver now. And it's a really nice all-around quiver. Now, its capacity is about, I'd say, you wouldn't want to put more than a dozen field points in here. And I wouldn't put more than 6 broadheads in here. Honestly, about 3 to 4 broadheads. One of the cool things about it is that the bottom cup here is deep enough where you could actually insert a cylinder of foam for broadheads. That would also help reduce rattle just with any arrow. But back to the strap, one of the nice things is that if you need to make this shorter, all you need to do is reach up here and adjust the strap. You can make it shorter, and you can make it longer very easily, so that you can get it to that optimum level where it doesn't take a lot to reach back and draw an arrow. So That's it. It functions really well as is. One of the cool things about this quiver is that while it's mainly designed as a side draw quiver, you can use it in other ways. So if I put it on the other side and I adjust the straps down to get it to where I want it to be, now I have a nice back quiver. Quiver is a little trickier to put arrows back into because of the way it's designed, but it's not impossible. Right there. So it makes a pretty good back quiver. You can also set it up for use as a side slung quiver. It's something that you carry over your shoulder like this. Draw out the front this way. That's another style. Oh, it's really good. If you shorten the strap all the way, if I can shorten the strap, you can actually, or take the strap off altogether. The quiver comes with a little clip, so you can actually clip it onto a belt and use it as a hip quiver. So all in all, that makes this a very versatile quiver. Now it's going to perform best as a side quiver because this, a side draw quiver, because this cutout here will make it a little difficult when putting arrows in. But it's not a big deal, and you can easily work around it, especially if you get used to using it. Overall, I'd say that, it's a really well-made quiver, and it's a really good value. It's handmade. You really can't find quivers in this style for, under $90. They're usually quite expensive. That's it. This is a really nice quiver. I really like it, and I think it's one of the better slim side draw quivers. I've seen other quivers that are, that would work better for this, say for hunting, but they're usually wider, deeper, a little more rigid, a lot more padded. This quiver would be great for target shooting, just general shooting around, good for 3D shoots, stump shooting, nice and easy to carry around. It doesn't get in the way. You could use it for hunting or stalking or other things like that. You may need to do some other things like put some foam in here and maybe pad this up here, but really these are all easy fixes. And you'd probably want to do it to any quiver you got anyway. So I'm just going to show you guys how it works real quick. So you just reach up, grab your arrow, and it's ready to go. Reach back, grab your arrow. If you wanted to use it as a belt quiver, put it here at your side, reach in, grab your arrow, let it fly. Back quiver, just reach back, there you go, and finally as a side quiver, just have it here at your side, draw your arrows this way. There it is. So here's another shot of the quiver without any arrows in it. Overall, really simple design, but really effective. It's nice and lightweight. You can pack it away. Not a problem. Not going to damage the quiver at all. I could see this being really good for just about any shooting you'd want, and it's fairly quiet. You can make it more quiet, and just a lot of possibilities with this quiver. There's a lot of things you can change. It's fully adjustable. You can remove the strap. You can change the strap out. But one thing to make note of, though, is if you do buy a quiver from Tommy and you're like me and you've got kind of a wider chest, you may want to ask him for a longer strap, as the straps he normally sells with these are a little on the shorter side, meant to fit somebody who's not quite as stocky, large-ish as me. So that's just one thing to keep a note of. You might want to let him know what your chest size is, just so he can get a strap that'll fit you properly. But here it is. Overall, I would recommend this to anybody. It's a really nice quiver, and it's it's handmade and at a really good price. And Tommy does really nice work both in his bows and his quiver. His craftsmanship is outstanding, and it really shows. So here it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.